This is a Toronto FC HQ presented by Kia, and I am Gareth Wheeler. A great vibe still going on up here at the Kia training ground with Toronto FC unbeaten in 10 matches coming off the 4-0 victory against San Jose Saturday, and looking ahead to this Saturday's matchup against the Los Angeles Galaxy on the West Coast. And more good news, more accolades coming Toronto FC's way. 4 players in the MLS Team of the Week, and Jozy Altidore is your Week 27 Alcatel Player of the Week. 2 goals, he scores the brace in 64 minutes of action, scoring goals number 50 and 51 of his MLS regular season career. So congratulations goes out to Altidore. Altidore, along with Drew Moore, Victor Vasquez, and Steven Beitashour, all in the Team of the Week for MLS. And Greg Vanney, again, is your Coach of the Week. Now, there's been 5 Toronto FC players that have been named Player of the Week over the course of the season. That was Altidore's first nod. Justin Morrow's been named Player of the Week, and Sebastian Giovinco 3 times. Now, on the Giovinco front, head coach Greg Vanney with a little bit of the update when it comes to Giovinco's health, having to come off Saturday after 45 minutes of play.
He had a scan yesterday. Doctor will be in tomorrow to kind of give us all the update and stuff like that. So as of right now, day to day, and until we get final notice from scan and everything else. So, but generally they were doing the things they typically do on a Tuesday, getting working in the gym, working with the group on the recovery and all that kind of stuff. So that's where we're at for now.
Toronto FC will look to make it 11 unbeaten on their trip to Los Angeles next week. There's 7 wins, 3 draws in their last 10. A phenomenal return, and they've already eclipsed their longest unbeaten stretch in club history, which was 8 games back in 2010. They still have work to do to touch the MLS record. That's at 19 games. The 2004 Columbus Crew achieved that mark, as did the 2010 FC Dallas side. So plenty of work to do, but plenty of optimism and reason to believe that TFC can keep things going. But for defender Justin Morrow, it's still that old cliche, 1 game at a time.
Well, we got a long way to go. We got to finish out the regular season with 3 important matches coming up this week, starting off with LA and LA, which is always a tough match. And then we have the playoffs, which is a completely different season. So we really have to keep on top of ourselves mentally and know that we have a long way to go.
With the playoff berth already wrapped up, with Toronto FC becoming the first team to punch their ticket to the 2017 Audi MLS Cup playoffs, it's all about the march towards the Supporters' Shield. And pardon the pun, Toronto FC very much in the driver's seat. They have a 9-point lead on New York City FC with just 6 games to go. That means any combination of 3 wins or 3 losses for Toronto FC and New York City FC, then the Supporters' Shield will reside here in Toronto. It's a mark that's within touching distance right now, and Toronto FC will look to wrap that up in the coming weeks. It's a trip to the West Coast for Toronto FC, taking on the Los Angeles Galaxy. A little bit of a homecoming for some players and coaches. Marquis Delgado going back home, Steven Beitashour, Jason Hernandez, all have lived in and around Los Angeles for a period of time. Steven Beitashour says plenty of friends and family will be at the game this weekend. And of course, the coaching staff, basically all of them from the Los Angeles area. So there'll be plenty of familiar faces, much to play for against the Galaxy on Saturday night at 10:30 kickoff on TSN. You can listen on TSN 1050.